Ben Friedman joins me now live in the studio. He's a professor at George Washington University and policy director of Defence Priorities, a national security think tank. Ben, thanks very much for your time tonight. Now, Democrats have argued today that the Senate trial is illegitimate. They've argued this for a while now, saying that the Senate trial will be illegitimate, given the lack of White House documents and the lack of witnesses. Would you say this is an illegitimate trial? Is it just a case of partisan politics playing out on stage?
Well, I don't think it's a question of whether it's partisan or legitimate. The partisanship is part of how the Senate functions. I think the Democrats have a point that if you don't have witnesses and you don't have documents, it's hard for the people watching and for the senators themselves to really get a sense of what the stakes are, even if they have this report from the House. But it's really all about shame. It's about if the Democrats can shame the Republicans into going along with their way of looking at things, because nobody thinks that the Senate's going to convict Trump and remove him from office. It's just a question of how much damage will this do to him, and will the senators themselves be damaged by the process.
The call for witnesses has been a point of contention for a long time now. And if we're talking about shame and public shame, well, that's an important strategy, no doubt, for Democrats. How might the public feel if witnesses are not called? Might the American public lose faith in the democratic system?
Well, I think that that's certainly what Democrats are hoping, that they can get the public motivated. Right now, I think it's fair to say that the public has a general sense that something shady happened with Ukraine, with aid and so forth, but very little concrete information about what happened, even though we had these House hearings that got a lot of press. So I think, yeah, it's possible. At least, some independents might look at this and say this was a sham. And in that sense, Republicans running for re-election among them might be hurt by it.
Right. I'd love to ask more questions, Ben. Unfortunately, we're running out of time.
Okay.
We'll have to leave it there. Ben Friedman there. Thanks very much.